Hi, this is Simon Bailey. Welcome again to the Strategy of Things. Here we talk about the theory and practice of strategy and how it affects our performance and our results at personal, business, organizational, environmental, and economic spheres of life. Today, I just want to comment a bit about our Zimbabwean economy and also what we can do in order for us to accelerate the return to prosperity and growth using the power of strategy. What I have here is a book by Tom Peters, which is called In Search for Excellence. I like this book very much because it's a book that can help an organization to improve performance. But what I want to talk to you about here is a framework that is in this book, which is a framework which is called the McKinsey framework, which is the 7S framework. This framework is very important because it's part of what I call the meta strategy. That is the strategy of strategy. Because what we are dealing with when we look at an economy is we are dealing with a system. It's a very complex system which is made up of systems. So what we need first of all for us to be able to quickly bring back our economy to prosperity and growth is to adopt a systems thinking approach. So when we look at the systems thinking approach, we need to look at all the elements that are required in the economy for it to come back and actually start performing again. If we don't use the systems approach, we are going to have a problem. And the systems actually is one of the things that the McKinsey 7S framework talks about. So one of them is systems. Let's use more of systems thinking in terms of coming up with a solution to our economy. If we don't use that systems thinking, we are going to have problems. The next one is the issue of structure. We need to revisit our economic structure. Is the structure still coherent? Is the current economic structure the right structure that will make us move our economy from where it is to where we want to be? Unless we deal with the structural issues of the economy, we may have problems. Here I'm talking about physical structure, the organizational structure, the mental structures that are required, and also how we can organize our knowledge, information, people, systems, thinking, and resources together so that we actually come up with a structure that will lead us to where we want to go and not where we don't want to go. The next one is the skills element. So most of the time when we talk about the economy, we are always talking about knowledge and operate as if only knowledge is the one that is required for us to be able to perform. Even in organizations, we often confuse between knowledge and skills. Most of Zimbabweans, I'm sorry to say this, but I think this is a fact which if we want to interrogate, you will find that it's very, very true. Most of us Zimbabweans, we are very articulate. We are qualified academically. We have got a lot of knowledge. We can articulate a lot of concepts and ideas very well. But the problem is we lack when it comes to skills. But what is required for us to develop, to deliver results is actually the skills. So we need actually to build the right set of skills in our economy that are required for us to move forward. Knowledge alone without skills cannot take us to where we want to go. And this is the major challenge that we have in the economy. We have got a lot of people, a lot of us who are very articulate, but we don't have skills. In which areas am I talking about? We are talking about thinking skills, we are talking about entrepreneurial skills, we are talking about leadership skills, not knowledge, but leadership skills. We are talking about managerial skills, we are talking about marketing skills, we are talking about sales skills. All those skills, they have been affected because we have not been doing our economy properly for the last, I don't know how many years. People have not been investing in training, enough in training. We have been investing a lot in learning, but very little in training. So those skills are very important, especially, let me repeat, entrepreneurial skills, leadership skills, and the managerial skills, and the strategic thinking skills. Those 4 skills sets are very, very important. We need to develop those if we are serious about returning this economy to prosperity and growth. The next one is the issue to do with staff. When we talk about staff, we're talking about the people who are in an organization who are supposed to be delivering our results. Do we have enough staff in our economy who are engaged at the right places and at the right level for them to be able to deliver the economic results that we want. So if we don't have enough people with the right skills at the right places, organized in the right way, then we won't be able to achieve our goals. And then the last one that I wanted to talk about from this McKinsey 7S is the issue of shared values. Do we have shared economic values in the economy, or we have got different people who have got different values? The issue of values is very, very important. It's also a leadership issue, where if we have leaders who have got the right values, who are committed to the recovery of this economy, then we know that with those right values, we are going to be able to produce the result that we want. We need to develop shared values, values that will help us to achieve our economic goals, and not values that will undermine our capacity to achieve our goals. We need to assess our values at the moment, make sure that we've got the right values, otherwise we won't be able to achieve the result that we want. So out of the McKinsey, to summarize, I've said we need to look at our structure, we need to embrace strategy and operate our economy going forward from a strategic point of view. Let's use strategy. The next one I said, let's think in terms of systems, and always remember that the economy is a system. And then the fourth one, I talked about skills, that we need to rebuild our skills, managerial skills, CEO skills, leadership skills, and also entrepreneurial skills and thinking skills, so that we'll be able to have the right level of skills that are required. And then I talked about the last one, which is the shared values. If we don't have shared economic values in the economy, let's forget about returning our economy to prosperity and growth, and maybe leave it to the next generation. My name is Simon Bell. Thank you. If you want to discuss more about this issue on strategy of things, you can contact me on +263 77 444 7438, or you can send us an email at admin@dreamstoreality.co.zw. Thank you very much.